So world building is something I heard also on Ezra Klein, N.K. Jemisin talking about world building, and that's made me pay more attention when I read some of the fantasy that I read, and particularly yours. This is an expansive world. There's a lot of different nationalities and ethnicities. So how much focus do you put on them and their cultures and geography? How much do all of these different components matter to you when you're
Uh,
constructing these stories?
so they matter a great deal. I mean, all of my work is based on a lot of world building. I always start off with the world and I go into it in some considerable detail. I do a lot of kind of thought experiments of, well, if this has changed, then what happens to that? And if that then changes, what happens to this? And I build up this structure of technologies and magics and societies and factions and individuals. And then basically the characters of the book and the plot of the book will arise out of that fairly organically. So I'm always starting with the world, and it's always really the world I'm most interested in writing about. With these books, it's even more the case because normally I will still sit down and work a plot out sort of beat by beat, chapter by chapter. With these books, I am creating that world at this particular crisis point, whether it's kind of the city on the verge of revolution in the first book or the military camp in the middle of the war in the second, and then kind of just letting the characters go because the book is all about these individuals finding their own path and trying to further their own personal agendas against that grand backdrop. It gives a really different and really interesting sort of mosaic of a book when you just let the characters get on with it rather than wanting to follow the big plot. The big plot is just going on in the background, but we're looking at the little stories of all of these individuals instead.